third fastest 100 in T20 cricket, but it was all about the start. Danny Morrison's alongside. Ratchet Ravinder and Mitch Owen have been given a role this season, Danny. It's to get us off to electric starts in the power play.
Yeah, he had a couple of boundaries there, didn't he? And he got knocked over by Van Skalkbeek. Big blows from Mitch Owen. He's renowned for this in recent times. Going about that Big Bash final in Tasmania. Clubbed some lovely strokes down the ground and then through the onside as well. And that was a beauty, just bludgeoning. And then, yeah, Holder with the smarts, followed him, bounced him, and Sunil Narayan did the rest. So there was flashing blades galore. Think about Maxwell, and he wanted to get in there and stamp his authority. And he wanted to come in there. There was just a few wickets tumbling here and there. Sanger bowled beautifully, and Chapman came in and wanted to show his wares, and he was out sweeping. One of his favourite strokes, but didn't execute well this afternoon, and he was gone. And Maxwell, yeah, he took his time because he was 11 off 15 balls at the start of his innings, and he had to wait and be patient, be measured, and then once he got about his work, folks in the crowd, beware, because this fellow hits a long ball all around the globe and all around the stadium. And Tromp will be gutted with that. He should have caught that. And he was on 45 then. And he ended up hitting 13 maximums to Glenn Maxwell. Carved it to all parts, as only Glenn Maxwell can do. And Ovis Pino did his thing. Just happily worked it around and made sure he could give as much of the strike to his captain as possible. And Maxwell didn't disappoint. He only hit 2 fours. Boring. I want to hit it over the fence, he says.
And he said after the innings that he had to play it a little differently today.
Last 7 overs went for 110 runs. So the Los Angeles Knight Riders must get 209 if they're to win here in Oakland.
Including Glenn's wife there. So let's get a look at the highlights from the second innings. For the second consecutive night, we've seen the side chasing, really not get it done. It all got kicked off by, well, a peach of a catch and a peach of a delivery. What away from Market there to introduce himself to cognizant Major League Cricket. Edwards set the timber rattling and the zing bales lighting up. And everything bar that Maxwell drop was perfect for the freedom.
Just so dominant with ball in hand, and everything was going to plan. Rodman Powell really get started at all. Tom, see you later. Yeah, so well done. So Mitch Owen and the gang enjoying themselves with a night out to remember. 200 on the board, and by and large it was just very dominant. And then Holder got hold of Yasser. Not ideal for him, but hey, tough time to come on. But yes, I think it'll be better for him.
I think he will, and actually you could see in his reaction, he'll be able to bounce back. He's a charismatic young man. That was the LBW that, well, Saif Badr reviewed out of desperation, and again the character Yasser Mohammed on show with that tumbling catch. Jason Holder, just a feather of an inside edge off Edwards. And Van Skalkbeek did hit a couple of boundaries, as did Cornet Dry, but it was all pretty inconsequential at that point. Really, the game was all but done. Made 12 and 13 respectively before Van Skalkbeek fell to Holland, who continued his excellent tournament. And here was, after the second boundary from Cornet Dry, a winning moment. It was Chapman's good catch, and Sarah Netravalkar completed, well, yeah, superb, really superb from Sarah Netravalkar in particular. But all of the seamers are excellent, and Yasser Mohammed hasn't had the debut that he wanted, but he will come back stronger, I've no doubt about that, the young man.